Remember, at 3.75% interest, that's like free money. For everyone who doesn't know, EIDL is Economic Impact Disaster Loan. So, Economic Impact Disaster Loan. That is, obviously everyone knows that what happened. COVID happened. A lot of businesses have suffered. And since they suffered, the government is giving out this money, the SBA is giving out this money to help small businesses to get back on their feet. So how they're doing that is basically offering these loan programs. There's the first program was called the PPP program, which is Payroll Protection Program. And it gave business owners money to help cover payroll expenses. And that was nice, but obviously it wasn't much money because they only gave you 2.5 months worth of payroll in the PPP program. The EIDL is different. The EIDL will cover basically any working capital, anything. I mean, if you want to do anything for your business and spend money on it, it will cover that. And what's great about this program is only 3.75% interest, and it's over a 30-year term. And there is no payments at all for the first 12 months. So let me write that down. 3.75% interest in 30-year term. Now, that looks really sloppy, but you guys get it. Now, as you know, if you've been following me for a while, I think anything below like say 4%, 3% is free money. The inflation rate eats away at the interest. So for me, this is basically free money for you to go take this money, invest it into different assets, and be able to ride this inflation wave that's going to be coming. Because as you know, when you print all the money the government's been printing, they doubled the national debt. All that means is every dollar that's out there has half the purchasing power it used to have. So eventually the economy is going to see the effect of that. So all real estate's going to go up. All gold's going to go up. All companies are going to go up. Initially, we're going to have a huge drop because our economy is really doing bad. They're not talking about it, but it's really doing bad. And a lot of people are going to get laid off. A lot of people are going to lose their houses. So real estate prices are going to go down. The stock market's going to tank again. The point is that initially, real estate is going to tank, and so is the stock market. This money is going to be able to help your company get through these times. And at the same time, when all those other companies that aren't able to survive, you'll be able to go in and buy these assets at a reduced price and be able to ride the wave up, right? So you're going to be able to scale your business and grow from there. How to apply for this loan? If you go to the SBA.org and you apply for the emergency fund, when you apply for that for the program, they're going to basically ask you simple questions. As long as you're not at one of the businesses that they don't allow, which is basically gambling or some type of like strip club and things like that, those are the businesses they do not allow. But other than that, they basically will grant you, if you're under 500 employees, they'll grant you this loan. You have to just submit your basic information. It's super basic. Business name, EIN number, address, bank account information. Because what they do is they'll direct deposit the money in your account. Most people I spoke with are getting the money within 3 days. So all the money I just mentioned, the $400 something thousand, I'll be getting that money in my bank account probably by Wednesday. So I think non-for-profits can apply as well. Again, the application process is very simple. I mean, it took me probably like 3 minutes to go through the full app. Now, when you go in, all they ask you is how much was last year's gross revenue, or for a non-for-profit, in your case, how much money did you bring in as an organization? And then what is your cost of goods sold? Now, many businesses don't even have cost of goods sold, so you just put in 0. And you'll be able to go in and plug that info in. Within like a few minutes, maybe an hour, they're going to send you another email saying, hey, we've calculated your information. Come back in and check it out. You go back in and you'll see like they're offering you like $20,000. Like my smallest loan was $20,000. My largest loan was $150,000. And I'm like, wow. Currently, I have not really figured out exactly how they're calculating the amount of money that they're giving. But either way, I'm just like, hey, I'm fine with it. I'll take the money. So at this point, you'll go and you'll see how much it is. Then you will need to verify who you are. So they're going to ask you some questions to verify who you are. to make sure that they're not just giving it to somebody that's making believe that they're you. At that point, when you verify who you are, they're going to ask you to approve the loan amount. They're going to submit it for a second review process. Then they're going to send it right back in, come on, log in, and basically sign off on the loan. Again, it's a 30-year loan. The first year, there's no payments. It's 3.75% interest. And then and your payments are like super small. I mean, I think a $20,000 loan was like $90 a month. So I was like, I can use this and invest it in many different parts of my business to get a return on investment. So that is that part of the loan. Now, there is certain things I'm going to put up here so you can understand that from $0 to $25,000, it is non-recourse. Non-recourse means from $0 to $25,000, if your company goes out of business, you basically don't owe that money back. Yes, you heard that correct. Some people are afraid, I don't want to take this money, I have to pay it back. If your company, because this loan is in the name of your company and you're the owner of the company, if you cannot pay it back, you don't have to if your company goes out of business. So there's a lot of businesses that are going to go out of business. Let's be real. It's going to happen. But in this scenario, you don't have to pay it back. Now, from $25,001 to I think it's $200,000, it is recourse. So it's recourse, which means they can come back to you and say, hey, is there anything in your company that we want back, that we can try to take? If your company goes bankrupt, we're going to try to go in there and see if there's any money in there so we can try to get some of our $200,000 back. Okay? Understand that part. Over $25,000, they can come back if your company goes bankrupt. That doesn't mean they're going to come in and just take your stuff just because they want to. This is if you say, I'm not paying anymore. My company went out of business. They're like, all right, let's check. Let's see if there's any money anywhere so we can get something back. Now, the last part is this. If it's $200,001 and above, they're going to usually secure it with real estate. So what does that mean is if you own any real estate, they'll put a lien against it. Over $200,000, they'll put a lien against it with real estate. Basically, the government is giving out all of these loans to businesses to keep them moving, right? Any type of business, any type of small business, they can go after these loans. So don't think that you have to be a big business. You can be a lawn service. You could be a small business and go after these loans. I mean, I think they said the minimum they're giving is $10,000, right? Like there's a Eidl advanced or fast advanced loan, which is again $10,000 is what they're going to give. So go out there, look for it. It's out there and get it while you can, because it's not going to last long, guys. This loan's not lasting long. So if the business just started, great question. So I had one company, I got 6 out of 8 of my companies got the money. 6 out of 8 of my companies got the Eidl. 2 of them didn't. One of them, there was a mistake on the app, so I have to go fix it to get it. The other one, they denied the app because they said, because my 2019 sales were 0. Okay, the Eidl loan says that you need to be in business basically before COVID hit. Right? You need to be an active business before COVID hit. So my business started in July last year. In all of last year, I didn't have any sales because it took us 6 months to get it going. 6 months to get the business going. Now, it took 6 months to get this business going. It started making money in January. In January, February, and March, I made like $90,000. Obviously in April, at the end of March, April, May, June, like COVID obviously destroyed the business. Like I wasn't making any money, so I had to go back to try to make the money up, okay? And my other businesses helped cover the expenses while that business wasn't bringing any money. So the SBA denied the loan. They said, well, you didn't make any money last year. Why do you need a loan this year? I have to now write an explanation letter stating, well, I started the business last year. It took me 6 months to build it up. here is my tax return for last year that shows, look, here's all the money that we spent to build this business up. And look, here's my profit and loss statement for the first 3 months. We're making money. And then here's my profit and loss statement for the next 6 months. We didn't make any more money because COVID took away all the profit we made. So if I explain that to them in the email I'm going to send with my documentation, they're going to see, oh, this guy, it makes logical sense. He was working. He tried to get it going. He did everything he could. And then COVID hit his business. And now we needs the money to help keep it going, right? Because the goal of this, the government needs businesses to stay open. Because if it doesn't stay open, people don't have jobs. If it doesn't stay open, people can't buy the products that they need or the services they need. So the government needs the business. The government needs people to keep moving, keep working. So now that it's working, we're moving, they're going to end up seeing, okay, this guy's doing something. This woman's doing something. Let's give them a loan to help them keep moving. And remember, at 3.75% interest, that's like free money. Like the inflation rate is like 3 to 4% a year. So think about this. Whatever you're paying in interest, the currency is being devaluated by that much per year. So it's really just a wash. Okay. So this is a really awesome program. I mean, honestly, it's such, in my opinion, it's like a gift, right? But be smart with the money. Don't just blow it. Make sure whenever you invest your money in, you're going to get a good return on your investment. So the interest rate is 3.75%. It's amortized over 30 years. In the first 12 months, there's no payments.